feel that one coming? What's it like now getting your first win as an NRL coaching back?
Honestly, it's relief because I see how hard the players have worked and I see what they've put into it, and I see every day they're working really, really hard, and then there's parts of the game where we look really good, and then there's just individual lapses that sort of happen, which we spoke about before the game, and then just see them finally get what they deserved. It was just, it was relieving more than exciting, than anything. So, yeah.
How happy were you to see, or relieved were you to see that the match-winning player was Zack Lomax? I mean, you can't make this stuff up.
No, I've seen Zack do that at training plenty of times, and unprompted either, and not, we'll do scenarios and that type of thing, but even when it's not a scenario, he still does them from 40, and doesn't he? Yeah, it's just, it could have been Peter Brady that kicked the field goal, as long as it went over. So, and it just happened to be Zack, and it's a good storyline for you guys. I get all that, but there was just the ball went between the posts, and we got 1 point, and that made the difference.
Speaking of points, you must be happy considering you guys were 12 down, sort of that fight back as well, particularly the last few rounds.
Yeah, no, that's something that the boys they've shown all pre-season, and then in the first sort of 5 rounds, just the fight and the effort that they've played with, just haven't got the rewards for it. So today was, down 20-8, and they got back to their strengths and worked their way back into it and found a way, and that's the NRL. That's sometimes it's not pretty, but you just got to find ways to do things, and they did.
Junior, what was said there at that point behind the post when Gutho scored in the second half?
I think it was just more so stick to our process. That game wasn't handed to us on a platter. We had to fight for it, and I think that was the rewarding part. Is we were challenged on chasing the game, and I thought certain people in key positions really chased the game, and that was the point of difference for us. It's been evident in patches for us over the last couple of weeks, but finding that consistency is going to be, the new challenge for us. Is really going after the game, and I thought certain people in key positions really done that today.
Jason, there's a lot of focus on Gutherson in the lead up to this game, and of course he played well, but can you tell us a bit about your fullback and his contribution and how he's developing?
Yeah, he's apart from Jones, I reckon he's been our most consistent player by a bit in the first 5 rounds, and he's everything that we not expected but hoped and that he'd be. But he's got a long way to go in the journey, but he's learning every week, and he's a talent, and I'm glad we got him.
How composed has he been, Jason? Because obviously for a rookie starting out in a key position, team 0 and 4, it would be easy for a guy in that situation to spiral a bit, or be kicking stones.
Yeah, he's part Cypriot, part Samoan, so he's a pretty cruisy kid. Tongan. He's Samoan, part Tongan, sorry. So he's a pretty relaxed kid. So and he's diligent. He's come out of a super system there at Penrith, and we're just timing's everything, and we're lucky we just got him. And and he's a contributor more than what I've seen players of that experience be. So I encourage that, and so do these boys, and they enable him to do it. And so he's a pretty relaxed kid, but he works really, really hard.
He did some good things with the ball, but there was the moment about 15 minutes to play where he has the try saver on Gutho, then gets back and cleans up the ball in the next play. Does that almost sum up what he's done more than his attacking plays? Or
a lot of the stuff that he's done you wouldn't notice. You would, but he doesn't get credit for. Sorry. And that's the culture we're building here. There's culture away from it all, and how we act, and there's culture in how we play, and he personifies it, and we try and reward him as often as possible. So just a small step today, and hopefully we can continue to build on that.
It didn't end up mattering in the end, but after that play there was the one dropout that was contestable, not contestable. Were you confused by that, just in general, the ruling? Do you find it confusing?
He should have been a fly on the wall in the box. There's no Craig Bellamy, but it was pretty wow. But I wasn't. I just seen us do that drop out a few times without success, and I just wasn't sure why we did it again. So, but yeah, contestable or uncontestable, I just thought we could have made a better decision and taken that out of their hands. So.
What about Dylan Brown? He seemed to have a run-first mentality, and that was his best game by far for the...
Definitely, yeah, that's his strength, and that's what we've been encouraging him to do. And I think having Dylan Walker there helps free him up, because Hoppy and Dylan work together to give the other Dylan time to play with the footy. So, yeah, it's a good acquisition. The Dylan Walker's a good acquisition to help Dylan Brown free him up and run the ball.
Can you
Jason,
talk a bit?
Shuffled up to your edges today. Can you talk us through your thinking there? Centre wings and...
Yeah, Will's back on the right, and he and Zack, they're a combo there. So, and Zack's on the wing. And then Sean Russell's at left centre. He trained at left wing the whole pre-season and left centre as well. And then Foxy's an out-and-out left winger that can kind of play both sides because of his experience. So, yeah, we made that call pretty early in the week, didn't we? And, and I just think it's the best balance for our team. And you can see as the combinations grow there, especially defensively for me, the attack will work itself out. But just getting that defensive combination, I think it's the best for our team.
Jenny, your numbers were huge today. What sort of sparked your fuse today for that performance?
I think it was just doing whatever it took to get a win. We spoke about it earlier in the week about doing whatever it takes, and fortunate enough, I did what it took to win. It's a credit to Lowy for getting that field goal at the end there, but I thought 1 to 17, everyone just owned their job, and that was a challenge. Everyone just bring the best version of themselves, and like I touched on before, we just wanted to see the same fight that we've been having in the past couple of weeks, and we're eventually going to be rewarded sometime, and this week was the week to get it.
Ryles, 22-20 down, you get the penalty, 43 out. Was there ever any question that you weren't going to shoot for goal? You've obviously seen Zack kick.
If you go up to the Eagle cam, Zack's already running in, like before we even sent anything down. But the example is the MCG goal from the sideline on his bad side, not on his less preferred side. So, he does things in big moments, and I'm not going to stop him doing that. So, but
still going up when he went across the crossbar. So it makes you wonder how far out he could be and still pick it up.
It's handy to have that in your back pocket, isn't it? So it's it's just, again, it's another one of his strengths, and he's pretty happy to do it, so I'll just let him go.
I know you said it's a storyline for us, the Zack Lomax kicking the winner against his former club, but he was in tears on the field, and I know you've had to speak to him about it this week. He was shaking, like it's a big moment for him.
Yeah, no, it is, and it was a big decision for him, and it's been well publicised, so hopefully this is kind of a bit of a bow on it, and then we just move on. Now he's a Parramatta player, and hopefully for a long time now, and we crack on, but it was good. I just think it was good for him how it turned out. So not for you, sorry.
You mentioned the structure sort of going from Dylan to Dylan and then Isaiah out the back. Could you maybe explain, because Dylan seems to be playing, Dylan Brown seems to be playing a slightly different role to facilitate what Isaiah's doing. Can you sort of talk us through that a little bit?
Yeah, so basically so Dylan Brown kind of looks after that left edge, and he's a bit of a link there as well. But Dylan Walker actually gives us the freedom to do it because he helps Hoppy out when he's not on the field. It's pretty. Is that what you're asking? Like, so then.
You're telling our game plan.
Huh?
You're telling our game plan.
Yeah. You only got to watch what we're doing.
But I mean, in the way that Isaiah's coming into it, it's clear that he's playing a little bit further inside than he used to. He's trying to facilitate that sort of give the ball to Isaiah when he needs it. Yeah,
definitely. And I just don't want to, the idea is just not to lock Dylan in on the side of the field, leave him there and just have wide fours all the time. It's to be able to play off wider field positions and 7, 6 and 1, it doesn't matter which order they're in. I just want them to be able to get the ball and to be able to get to space as quick as possible. So it's more so Brownie, but I sort of support him, hard.
Thank you, guys.
That make sense? Yeah.